Well, tell me about pitching an idea to a boss, because that seems like it's got to be one part of this Google Startup Weekend that's coming up here. It seems like a challenging thing to do. How do folks go about doing that?
So the important thing is a lot of people try to focus on a feature of what they're trying to pitch, so an idea, but they don't really bring it down to one person. And that's why a lot of times an organisation or a boss can't really get behind it. And a lot of times when you're talking to venture capitalists as well, people tend to run for the hills if they can't see who specifically it's going to help. So what I like to do is break it into chapters. And what we did as part of Google Startup Weekend last year when I started to get involved was we broke down the 7 chapters that I work with into a key 5. And the first one really is identifying a single person that it helps and really telling that story, the emotions and the feelings that that person has, and as a result, why you want to help or why you think you can create a product or service that will help that person. The second thing you want to do is really focus on opening that up and saying how many people have that same problem, helping them understand that there's a big financial gain if you can move into that sector or that area and really start to help them. And then quite frequently what a lot of people try and do is then start explaining how they're going to fix the problem and why they're going to fix the problem in a different way. But really what you want to do first is captivate the imagination of the person you're talking to. So you ask them to imagine a solution and you try and provide a little bit of guidance, like what if there was an online solution that we could create that would allow us to fix that problem? And by doing that, you're actually getting them to imagine. And some people, they'll imagine a grand solution. Other times, they'll imagine a solution that's nowhere near as good as what you're about to present. Either way, you've gone straight past the why do I care barrier or I'm not interested, and we've captivated the imagination. Then we move into, so here is the solution. And the people that had a grand imagination will get excited about it because they'll start to be able to see that they'll be able to bolt on their idea to this and make it an even better solution. The people that had a really poor imagination at that time will get excited because they'll see you've come up with an even better idea and you can sort of move forward and we can really get the market penetration with this because it's so much better than they envisaged. And then what you really want to do then is step into, okay, so this is why I'm the right person to move it forward. This is the financials behind it. This is why I think it will work. But a lot of people start with that and then it's like, well, I don't see it fitting. I don't see it working for anywhere. So by following that process, it works really, really well.
Well, it sounds like it can be something that really helps folks out. Sean, we have time for one more question. I just want to ask you, in your experience, does this seem to help people out? Do these businesses that you create there turn out?
Yeah, I mean, the weekend itself is a way to validate an idea. And so the ones that do it really well, they have, by the end of the weekend, they have a really sustainable business. Lots of people think that it takes, 3-4 years to build a business. And while that might be true for some of them, I mean, you can validate an idea and move on from it. We've got a number of folks who have done that here in Austin. And actually, at the last Startup Weekend, there's a really great team called Giving Docs who they're still moving forward with it. So really cool to see that.
Well, this is very exciting, and we're so glad to have both of you on our show, Matthew Pollard and Sean Duffy here in the studio. If you want to learn more, you can obviously look up Google Startup Weekend here in Austin. But thank you, guys, for joining us this morning so much.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.